As we bring our awareness back to the moment, getting ready for this wonderful gift you've given yourself, reminding you, breathe, right? Breathe the breath of life at least twice as deep as you normally breathe in and out through your nose. And most of you who've graduated from breathing school, by that handout I've given you, are easily breathing now 3 and 4 times deeper than you normally breathe. Let's grab your strap. Everyone should have a strap. Go ahead and take a strain on it. And place that strap on the ball of the right foot. Lay back down, although it's not going to get too comfortable. That left leg's still straight. Bring that right foot up to the heavens. Grab a hold of the straps, one in each hand, and as close to the foot as you can. Don't wrap the straps around the wrists because I want to strengthen your grips. Breath comes in as you try to pull that straight leg towards your head. So this is a stabilization pose. Doing a little strength here to start off, but it won't be as long as we normally go. See if you can straighten the leg by loosening the straps a little. Very good. Now the reason I have your hands in separate, the strap in separate hands, is because in a moment I'm going to ask you to lift your head and shoulders off the mat. So we can strengthen you as well. Your grip, your biceps, a little bit of weight bearing here. Might as well make the bones a little denser while we're at it. I hope you're breathing deeply. When you're ready, lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. And just hold on there for a few moments. And you can pull a little bit more on that leg. The face is soft, the 70 muscles of the face, nice and soft, very relaxed as you open up your wonderfully made body. Well done. Release it back down. Take the strap, both straps in the right hand, and lower the leg to the right side of the mat. Leg is straight. Both straps in the right hand. Lower it on down. Turn your head to the left and keep on breathing. Loving it, huh? Loving it. You're going to feel much better after class, Jill. So over here, this side, if you can get it.
No, I can't.
Okay. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to pull a little bit more robustly, and we'll do that for about 5 breaths. So Marty, where are you from?
Boise.
Marty's here from Boise. She's here 6 months out of the year. Let's leave that leg where it is and try to pull that foot up towards your head for 5 breaths. Give it a little bit more force. You'll feel the grip, the bicep, as the strap's only in the right hand. So we'll be opening the back of the legs most of the class today. You can release that, bring that leg straight back up to the heavens, and lower that right leg over to the left, finding a nice spinal twist. I forgot to tell you, put the strap in the left hand. Sorry about that. Turn your head to the right, and then bring in the breath. So as we move the spine 7 different ways, the youthfulness returns. The suppleness, the elasticity of the cartilage gets back to normal if you're breathing, moving that synovial fluid around the spine. And everyone should have a 20-year-old spine. The ultimate fashion statement, right, Anita? 20-year-old spine would be the ultimate fashion statement. When you're ready, pull that foot, leave it where it is, pull it up towards your head for 5 breaths as you get a little more effort into the pull. Make sure you're breathing. Well done. And bring that foot back up to the heavens. And then have your left foot join the right foot. Left foot comes up next to the right foot. And that's how you're going to switch the strap in the other foot, right? And then lower the right leg to straight. Bring one strap in each hand on the left leg and bring in the breath. And I'm hoping you don't wrap the strap so that I can improve your grip. I'm hoping you're gripping the strap so we can strengthen the grip. So the breath is everything. The breath helps us move the body, perhaps beyond where you've moved it in decades, but also helping oxygenate, cleaning out the devitalized blood, bringing in fresh blood. Lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Give me about 5 breaths here as you obviously pulling. Well done. Go ahead and release down. Bring the strap, both straps in your left hand and lower the leg to the left side of the mat. When you get it over there, turn your head to the right and bring in the breath. Twice as deep as you're normally breathing. The average American utilizes 1/6 of their breathing capacity. Shallow breathers. And we have a stress epidemic. When you're a shallow breather, 80% of hospital visits are stress related. America doesn't even know we've forgotten how to breathe. We were born to breathe, and we've lost our way. When we came out of the womb, we were deep breathers until the ego came in, and now we suck in the gut all the time. Pull that foot up towards your head. No, leave it where it is. Leave the leg where leave the leg where it is. Just pull the foot now towards your head, right? So we suck in the gut now in America, so we can look trim, but that doesn't allow the diaphragm to breathe deeply. Well done. When you're ready, bring that leg back up to center. Place the strap in the right hand and lower the leg to the right. Too easy, huh? Oh, it gets tougher. Head turns to the left. The breath comes in. So we have some challenges sprinkled in today's class. My classes are usually a lot of variety with a little challenge sprinkled in. So we've stretched that leg enough. Let's leave it where it is and pull it up towards your head for 5 breaths. Last 5 deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, you can release the strap and hug the knees. So we've been twisting a little bit. Hug the knees to bring the spine back to equanimity. But let's lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. As you bring one hand on each knee, spread the knees wide. Spread all 10 toes, and the breath comes in. As you exhale, try to surrender to just releasing in the groin area. So we have lymph nodes in the groin, the armpits, the neck. And then yoga dramatically moves around your lymphatic fluid, which helps keep your immune system strong and disease-free. And there's more lymphatic fluid in your body than you have blood in your body. That's why it's important to do your yoga. Release the toe spread and see if you can find spider pose. Legs are straight now. Grab up near the ankles. The head and shoulders are still off the mat. Spider pose. Separate the feet just wide enough so you can rotate the ankles 5 or 6 times in one direction. Make sure you're breathing, face is soft, and then rotate the ankles 5 or 6 times in the other direction. And let's have a little fun. We want to make sure we have a little fun. So leave the legs straight up in the air. Release the head and shoulders to the mat. Bring the arms out like wings. Without crashing the legs, see if you can keep the legs nice and high and lower both legs over to the right side of the mat. When they get all the way down, turn your head to the left and bring in the breath. This high-legged spinal twist. Go ahead and bring it all the way down, Marty. Hey, Anita. Oh, come up on your hip. Let the shoulder come up. There you go. Yeah. And you'll notice in twisting the diaphragm, if you're breathing, you can feel it open and close, and that needs to increase in your day-to-day. And I mentioned already, the diaphragm's massaging your liver, your spleen, and your kidneys. So we're going to do this 4 times, about 5 breaths each. When you're ready, lift those legs back up to center without crashing. Lower them over to the left. Try not to lower them on Denise's finger. When you get the legs down, turn your head to the right and continue breathing. When you're ready, lift them on up and bring them on down to the right side of the mat. No, lower them to the right. We got 2 more to go. Danny, I know you can't wait. All the way down, head to the left. Breath comes in. So we do a little abdominal work from time to time. This one would be the easy abdominal work, I think. We've done some more that are a little more challenging. And let's do one more. Bring them on up and lay them on down. Last one. Lay them to the other side. Head turns the opposite way. The breath continues. When you're ready, bring the legs to center, hugging the knees. So we hug in the knees after we move the spine, bringing it back to equanimity, the spine. As you hug the knees, you're tractioning the spine, you're stretching it, you're bringing it back to where it likes to be. One more in this sequence. We'll stretch the spine, but do a little back bend. When you're ready, place the feet down on the mat. Knees are bent, feet are about hip width apart. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers, bringing both arms over the top of your head. As you inhale, lift your butt up off of the mat and pull the hands away from the head. As you exhale, release the butt, release the stretch. Each time you inhale, the butt comes up and the hands stretch away. Arch pose with stretching arms or dungeon master arms. Continue matching the breath with the movement. It's a little awkward. You might want to squirm the shoulders a little as you gain height. And believe it or not, stretching the spine is a movement of the spine. We read to you as the vertebrae stacked up on top of each other, the space between the vertebrae gets less and less. As we age, the spine calcifies, bone density gets worse. You impinge the energy that goes to the nerves that come out of that spine. So any system of the body can be affected by a weak spine, by a spine that is losing space. And everyone, that happens eventually. Let's do 2 more inhales, 2 more stretches, 2 more arch poses. And when you finish those 2, take a break, do nothing. And you can release the deep breathing for a few moments. So what we were reading is that this American master said if you see an older person that's walking slowly because their walking is hindered, most of the time you'll see them hunched over a little bit too. If they just would do yoga and separate the space between the spine, they would gain that nerve energy back. And I have 2 cases proving that with Helen and Ralph over at Tucson Meadows. They both came in nearly sliding their feet, couldn't pick up their feet, and now they're both walking 100% better. It took Ralph about a year. It took Helen about 6 months. And is that a long time to improve your gait? I don't know. Everybody has their own path to walk. When you're ready, you can visualize how you're going to make yourself up to table pose. Table pose on your hands and knees. If you need more padding, let me know. We've got plenty of mats. But hands and knees, table pose. Hands are under the shoulders. Hands are shoulder width. Knees are under the hips. Today we're going to come up on our fingertips and curl the toes. And let's rock front to back for a moment. Breath comes back in. And we're bringing awareness to the fingertips and toes. More so, I think you'll feel the toes. Now let's stop a moment. Bring the knees together. And then splay the heels away from each other. Bringing a little weight to those little pinky toes that don't get enough adoration. And then let's rock front to back again. Just a few times here, getting those little pinky toes in play. And then stop. When you're ready, we're going to do cat-cow. You'll exhale, the chin goes to the chest, round the back to the heavens. You'll inhale, arch the back, push the belly to the mat, and look, bring the head straight ahead or up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest, cat back. Inhale, arch the back, push the belly to the mat, look straight ahead, cow back. Continue matching the breath with the movement in cat-cow. Good. Perfect. And let's do 3 more cats and 3 more cows. When you finish your 3 cats and 3 cows, you can uncurl the toes, drop down to your forearms, roll the wrists, open and close the hands. Take a moment. So I'm always trying to work with the wrist, toes. And this is just no different. Let's have some real fun now. Uh-oh. This isn't going to be bad. The one next is going to be challenging. Come back up to table pose. Extend your right leg, and I think you're fine where you're all at. We don't need to move on the mat. Extend your right leg straight to the side, right, in line with the hip. And then walk the hands to the right. See if you can take your right hand and grab near the ankle of that right leg. And as you exhale, move your head toward the knee. Just working your way toward the knee. Just taking the time, letting the exhale guide you to release. You're fine. We're going to just go a few more. This is a flow, so we're going to do about 8 moves, I'm guessing. Breathing about 5. This first one, though, when we open up the back of the legs, I like to go a little bit more. Release that right hand down to the mat. Now walk the hand. Now both hands are in the center. Now, drop down to your left forearm and see if you can reach between the legs and grab a hold of that left ankle. And maybe the head can touch the mat. You're breathing here. The right leg is still straight. A little stretching in a way we've never stretched in this building before, as I was working through this. Denise, you haven't lost a step. You're going to be just fine. Make sure you're breathing, and I need 2 more breaths. When you're ready, release that ankle, come back up where your hands are in table, but leave the right leg where it is. So you're going to come back with a hand straight ahead, resembling a table, right? Table pose. Bring the right arm up to the heavens. Follow the right fingertips with the eyes and the chin as you breathe here, twisting the back, right? You're breathing deep, and you're trying to get the chin looking up. You will get all that mobility back in the neck. You'll be able to back the car up and look behind you your whole life long if you do yoga. Now, release the right hand down, but look where I want you to put it. See the left hand, place the right hand right where the left hand was. And then, listen carefully, move that right hand another hand length to the left. Now bring your left arm up to the heavens. Follow with your eyes and chin. Breathing here. This one's a little more challenging. That's why we move the hand. So when we twist the neck, the thyroid and parathyroid gland of the throat, which regulates your metabolism. We have many stories of people getting off their thyroid medication when we work the neck. When you're ready, release down. Keep the leg where it is. Come on up to kneeling. Leave that leg. Come on up. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers. Lay the head back. Now you're going to stretch. Now you'll feel, as you inhale, push the hands to the heavens. Wait patiently for the next inhale. Push the hands to the heavens. Now you can feel the separation in the vertebrae. And this is called elongation. As you create more space, The body says, thank you very much. Give me one more inhale. Now, just separate the hands and float back to a beautiful back bend. Push the groin forward, lay the head back, and breathe. So you can get that head back. That's fine. We're going to move it more and more each practice. You're fine for now. Remember, you're not going to push too hard. Just do what you're comfortable with. Give me 2 more breaths. When you're ready, release. Leave the left arm in the air. Take the right hand to the right leg. Find a lateral bend as you exhale, trickling down to the right. No hurry. Wait for the exhale and move on the exhale. The breath will guide you. I like to say the breath's been with you since you've been born. You might as well use it to open up the body. And give me 2 more exhales. And when you're ready, releasing to child's pose. Take a break. So child's pose, you're on your hands and knees. Your knees are wide on the mat. Your big toes are touching. You're sitting back towards your heels. Your forearms drop down to the mat. Your head releases to the mat. And you do nothing. No more deep breathing. This is a transition to take a break. So resting in yoga is as important as the process of yoga, doing the poses. So now we're enjoying inversion, the head below the heart. Yoga believes your 30 billion neurons of the brain, the blood rushing to that area, keeping you out of the dementia category. But you're also oxygenating, massaging the most important gland of your body. Your pituitary gland is in the brain as well as, it's in the brain area, it's just outside, as well as your hypothalamus gland, which secretes adrenaline, where it tells the adrenal glands to secrete when you need it, and also your pineal gland of the brain. So Marty, what's next? What are we going to do next? Somebody help her out. The other side. That's quite all right. It's no biggie. Everybody in here has been asked that on their first class. I pick on everybody equally, right? When you're ready, come back up to table pose. Now we're not going to do cat-cow, though, on our fingertips. We've done with that. Extend your left leg straight out to the side. No, to the side, right? Good. Walk both hands to the left and see if you can grab that left ankle with the left hand. Head drops toward the knee as the breath comes in. You're bringing awareness to stretching out the back of the leg. So we have 60,000 miles of blood roads in the body. America's not breathing enough to oxygenate it all. But this is one of the largest blood roads, the back of the leg. As you stretch it out, helping calm the mind and the body. But I also like to stretch your legs out late in the week so your legs will be sore all weekend and you can remember me, right? When you're ready, bring both hands down to the mat, right in the center. Drop down to your right forearm. Is that right? Is that the right one? Yeah, and then take your left hand on between the legs. See if you can reach way under. Set your head on the mat and grab that right ankle. The breath continues as you explore the body with the mind, right? Move that awareness around. You're grabbing the back ankle, the other ankle. There you go. No, sorry, I was talking to Jill. But that's fine. That's close enough. But we're on our right forearm, and we're grabbing with the left hand. This is the forearm, so your head's not touching the mat. That's quite all right. When you're ready, release out. Bring both hands back to front like you're in table pose again. No, keep the leg. You're like in table pose again, right? Bring the left arm up to the heavens. Left arm comes up, twisting, breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Now you could work toward a little more twist if you want. All right, we're twisting. And remember, we were careful with where the hand goes. When you're ready, release the left hand down. Look at your right hand and set the left hand right where the right hand is. And then walk that left hand about one more hand length to the right, and then bring the right arm up to the heavens. Right arm comes up. It's a little easier with the angle this way. And you're working here, as you exhale, you're working at trying to twist each exhale a little more. And give me 2 more breaths. No, I'm just saying you have a nice twist going. When you're ready, set that hand down. You can walk back to the front. Leave the leg and everything and come on up to kneeling. Come on up. Interlace the fingers. Lay the head back. As you inhale, stretch. Each time you inhale, go a little bit further. Elongation, right? And we just need 4 here. 4 inhales. So give me 1 more pinnacle stretch here. Nice job. Let's separate the hands, moving into a little back bend. Head drifts back. Groin moves forward. And you can go back on the exhale. Right? Each time the exhale comes, you're able to surrender. The body relaxes. Your 90 trillion cells get smaller. And we still have the left leg out there, Mr. Paul. That's quite all right. When you're ready, release down. Leave your right hand in the air, right arm, left hand to the leg. Give me a lateral bend to the left. Be patient here. Each time the exhale comes in, trickle that hand down. Right? So we twisted the spine. We moved it laterally. We moved it backward. We stretched it. All those things are your body's saying, thank you very much. I haven't moved this much in decades. Now I will develop new energetic pathways for your body, and you'll begin to feel better almost immediately. Give me 1 more breath, maybe 2, it's up to you. And then let's find child's pose. Take a break. Too easy? Too easy? People come to me, they tell me the next day or the next week, well, that first class was really, I got sore. And we really didn't move much from the mat yet, right? So the challenging part is coming up. And you'll just do the best you can here. And remember the words of Harriet, she's 78, she's that first chair celloist. After just 3 months of yoga, something like that, she said, Tim, your classes are so much shorter. I said, what are you talking about? My classes are always an hour. She says, I'm stronger. I'm stronger. So the class just seemed a little bit easier for her. So that's what we do. There is some weight bearing from time to time. And this one will be no different. Okay. When you're ready, let's come back up to table pose. So in a minute, when we get up to downward dog, you'll notice I'm bending that top leg. And this is wild thing. We're going to try to turn out, right? Try to keep the arms straight and hang out here. Good luck to everybody finding that. Did you make a face? You'll be fine. Just do the best you can. When you're ready, extend your right leg straight back, hip height. Left arm comes up. Little balance here. Now, this is sunbird. Just try to stretch. Try to push the hand away from the foot. So there's some weight bearing, some balance here. Now set that hand down. Keep the leg up though. Do a little cat bow as you dip the chin down toward the mat. Don't get any chin burn. Don't get mat burn on your chin. Push back to table. Leg is still extended. See if you can curl that left toes underneath. Look at what I've done. And then push up to downward dog. Boom. You still got that leg up. And then find wild thing. Turning to the left. Leg is bent. Don't you love this? You just love it, don't you? You can't get enough. Set that foot down to downward dog. Set the knees down on the mat. Push down into child's pose. Take a moment. Nobody answered that question. I was waiting for someone to say, yes, Tim. So this is This is the little sprinkle of challenge. So I did this in Vail last Saturday, and we did it 4 times. But we're only doing 2 times. Let's do that second and last time. This time, though, when we come out of Wild Thing, we're not going to come to Child's Pose. We're going to make our way to standing. So just listen to my directions. When you're ready, come up to Table Pose. This time I get to watch. Extend your left leg without hitting the table. And bring your right arm forward. And just hang out here in Sunbird as you try to stretch. Elongate. It's a little awkward. We haven't really done this before, I don't think. I never really liked it. You can stretch better in different poses, right? Now set that left hand down, on the right hand, I'm sorry. Leave the leg where it is. Dip to cat bow. Dip the chin down toward the mat. When you're ready, push back up. Leave the leg where it is. See if you can curl the toe of the other foot. Now, if you can't push up with one leg, you can use the other to help you, but push on up to downward dog, right? One leg's in the air. You're fine. Use the other foot. There you go. That's what I'm asking you to do. And then bend that top leg, and you're going to twist over to the right in Wild Thing. Paul, come up straight. Come up the downward dog, all the way up. You make my heart sing, right? You make everything groovy. Okay, set the foot down. And walk both feet to your hands, or your hands to your feet, or a combination of both of those, and find forward fold. Fingertips are near the toes. As we take a little break here, you're still able to rest, right? We'll enjoy the benefits of inversion, but I want to talk about the stretch. So if your legs are already straight, then bring more fingertips to bear on the mat. And if you can't straighten the legs, barely touch the fingertips to the mat, bend the knees, and keep the fingertips as anchors as you try to straighten the legs. So you would try to work toward straightening. Just barely touch the fingertips to the mat. That's your anchor. And then you'd try to straighten. And that's what you work on as you go through your yogic path, Anita. As your yogic path continues, you won't have any problem because the spine will get longer and you won't have any problem. You're very close as it is. When you're ready, come up to standing. Too easy? Too easy. No. Look, the cat bow, the Wild Thing, yeah, that was a little challenging. That's the hardest part of the class. Okay, so today's balance pose is dancers, but I'm going to show it to you in 3 variations. Okay, so variation 1, you imagine that you're hitchhiking, right? And you have to think back, in the 60s when you were a flower child hitchhiking, right? But you're going to try to line up the big toe with the thumb, if you can. And then dancers, you're going to lean forward and bring the arm out and try to kick the foot away while you hold it. So it's kind of a back bend, and that bottom leg is straight, and you're just hanging out here. When you're ready, have fun. That's perfect. Now, what I would do, though, since your feet have 72,000 nerve endings on the bottom, try a hard surface for balance. Feet that's kind of spongy. And remember, don't sweat it. Do your best. You're doing fine. Yeah, look up. Now kick the foot away from you. So you're looking up, and the foot kicks away. And there's your back bend. Okay? So we're going to do 3 variations, but you just keep going. We've got about 1:15 on this variation. How you feeling, Denise? Good. Good. You look good. Your spirit, Denise, is alive. For 45 seconds. You know you can balance on the rug. Yeah. I forgot my camera today.
You look so good.
Well, we do have you on camera, come to think of it. But I like to take pictures and put them on Facebook, right? 30 seconds, So we're going to do 3 variations. So Marty, you're smiling too much. No, this is a serious thing. I love to see the smile, right? Yoga doesn't have to be so serious. If you're breathing and moving, you're doing yoga. You know, you can have a little fun. Okay, you can begin wrapping it up. So I'm going to show you the other 2 variations. Grab your strap, and you're going to put it in front like you have a jump rope. So it's in front of me, right? Step either foot forward ahead of the strap. Jill, you're not listening.
I am. I'm just trying to get it straight.
Okay, you are listening. Now, the foot in back, people seem to get this wrong, is the one I'm going to lift as my hands go back. Notice what I do. I'm going to bring the hands up here and then crane the foot up. Now you have dancers modified with a strap. When you're ready, have fun. What? Did I say anything? Stay there.
Your face said something.
Stay there. Here, wait. Bring the strap all the way here. All the way down. There you is. Now, bring your hands up over your head. Here. There you go. Now you can crane, walk. There you go. Now you have a back bend working, too. And then it just takes a little dimension, takes it to a different dimension. 30 seconds. So finish that foot and we'll do the other. Good. 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 And you can begin if you want. We have 20 seconds. You can begin wrapping up if you want. We'll watch, everybody, we can watch Jill and Anita and Annie. Ta-da. Okay. Last variation. This one I never done in this room. I did it in the gym last night. I thought, hey, we'll add it because it's kind of a dancer's. This time, see if you can't take the foot in both hands. Now watch what I'm going to do. I don't need to pull it too much. I want you to see from here if you can then slowly move the eyes to where you're looking straight up behind you. And then maybe pull the foot a little. Good luck. Have fun. It's kind of fun, to be honest. It's just kind of fun. You'll be able to do it. Most of it. But when you move the eyes up, go very slow. As the eyes come up, you're rushing. As the eyes come up slow, you'll be able to find it. Nice. That's nice, Anita. And it's kind of fun when you get there. I kind of enjoyed it last night.
Bend the knees that much.
Well, then you'll kind of have to wait about 45 seconds. Good. Now, Paul, you want to get the head straight back and look. Very nice, Nancy. Now let's get the head up. 30 seconds. Kind of fun, huh? Holly's having fun with it. I enjoyed it. Jonathan was at the gym with me last night. We haven't gone to the gym at night, but I don't know if you saw me do that pose or not. You missed it. Jonathan's working on his arms. He wants to get guns. Okay, let's finish up our standing. Come back to your mat. And find wide angle. Now, I want you to be wide enough with your angle. That's the angle of the legs, right? That's fine, Anita, that's perfect. That when you turn your right foot out, that you can dip into warrior. Boom. That right knee bends. That's fine. Good. And then bend the knee, Marty. Bend the right knee. Okay, you're fine with that stance. Okay, when you're ready, bring that right foot back. And now you're back in wide angle, right? Let's do a little bit of work before we do that warrior. Bring the hands to the hips and drop the head down. Breath comes in. As you exhale, you're just trying to release, working the back of the legs one more time from a standing. Now take both hands down to the mat and continue breathing. Let that inversion continue moving blood down. Let that neck go, Anita. Let the head go. Just relax the head. Good. Now, see if you can interlace the fingers behind the back and pull those. Let's go ahead and interlace them. And pull those umbrella arms away from your butt. Continue breathing. Good. Just breathe for me. When you're ready, come back up to standing. Leave your feet where they are. I hope you're not too wide over there. Jill, who's picking on Jill today? Turn the right foot out. That's your left. Who's picking on Jill? Bend the right knee to warrior. Rotate your shoulders toward that right thigh. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers. Lay the head back. Boom, heavenly warrior. Looking up at the fingertips. Breathing here, fine. Now we're strengthening the stabilizing muscles of the knee, also adding a little poise to the body. As you get that yogic body, your friends and family, there's something different about you. When you're ready, release, bring the arms out like wings. Let's find flying warrior. As the head moves down toward the knee, bring the head on the inside of that right knee in flying warrior. Right knee still bent. Take your left hand down to the mat on the inside of the right leg, right arm up to the heavens. Be careful. There you go. You're thinking. You're thinking. That's what I want. Let me have the arm. Relax. I'll bring it straight up from there. Try to follow the fingertips with the eyes and chin. Take that right hand back down to the mat. Put it anywhere you want. Bring the left arm up to the heavens. This one's a little more challenging. We did the easy side first. Paul has got some good yoga. When you're ready, release both hands down. See if you can flip that back heel, that left one, up, because you're going to step the back foot to the front foot, forward fold. Both hands to the mat, Paul. And step that back foot to the front. And you don't have to step the back foot to the front. There you go. Keep the fingertips by the toes. Keep going. Get a nice line with the toes. And then that's forward fold. Right? Just stay there a moment. You're doing fine. We got one more to do. When you're ready, come up to standing. And turn back to center.
I think the second time was easier.
What do you mean?
When you said this is the first one was the easier side to go up, I think it was just the opposite for me.
Oh, well, you had the right foot out, and we set the left hand down. You're saying this one was hard. This one here, the right hand up, you can twist more. When the left hand comes down, you're going to stop. You've got to work a little more. But everybody's different. You what? Okay, so Anita, what's next? This is it. After this, we're going to wind down. Now, I've been here now more than 2 years.
June 13th you started.
So that's 2 years and
4 months.
okay. So, that's good. You're seeing, this isn't a beginner class, so you're doing fine, right? Let's come back to wide angle. Now, you know how wide you were last time, so you don't need to test your left foot warrior, right? You already know you're pretty close. Hands on hips, drop it down. And we're winding down. When we finish this sequence, you're going to be on your knees in child's pose. So hang in there with me. When you're ready, bring your hands down to the mat. Interlace the fingers behind your back and pull those umbrella arms away from your butt. Breathing here. How do you do this? It's not. When you're ready, come back up to standing. Leave the feet where they are. Rotate the left foot out. Right? And then you're dropping down into warrior. Boom. Now you're in warrior stance. Rotate the shoulders toward that left leg. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers. Lay the head back. Boom. Heavenly warrior. Breathing here. Well done. When you're ready, separate the hands, arms out like wings, drop down to flying warrior. Head moves toward the knee, breath continues. Bring your left hand down to the mat on the inside of the left hand, right hand down to the mat on the inside of the left foot, all the way to the mat. Right hand. And then bring your left arm up to the heavens. Remember the nice, natural, right from the shoulder. Breathing here. This is Lucille's hard side, and everybody else is easy. Side angle, right? Or modified side angle. Close enough. Well done. When you're ready, bring that left hand to the mat and put that left hand anywhere you want. See if you can get the right arm up. Follow the right hand with the eyes and fingertips. And listen carefully as we make our way down to child's pose. Bring both hands down to the mat, one on either side of that front foot. Front left foot, Danny. See if you can step the front foot back to downward dog. And flatten out those hands if you can, Anita. Although I like the fact you have strong fingers to hold up, right? When you're ready, with gentleness, great control, set those beautiful knees down to the mat. And take a break to child's pose, right? So the knees are usually wide if it's comfortable for you in child's pose, so you have some place to put your trunk. Well done. So we're going to wind down. We have 5 minutes left of class. Keep your focus, keep your awareness. Right now you're resting and your breath is not deep. You've released the breath. And give me about 10 more breaths. As you're breathing here, and you're preparing to maneuver your body to a seated pose. We're going to find a stick pose or staff pose to start off this last sequence. When you're ready, make your way to a seated pose. Staff pose. The legs are straight. Hands are on the thighs. You'll see some with the hands here, but to me you're resting a little. Hands are on the thighs. You're sitting up straight and tall, trying to strengthen the 70 sets of muscles that go up and down your spine. Spread the toes. Interlace the fingers. And you can't really stretch here. I like to start a lot of seated poses this way. Refocusing you. Letting the mind know, okay, we're going to do one more sequence and keeping your awareness back to where it should be. Give me one more breath. Uncurl the toes. Take either hand to the hip and curl to a lateral bend. Just taking your time as we wind down. Exhaling a little bit down each time, bending that lower arm. In this position, since you're so close to the rug or the mat, I like to kind of bounce. I'm just playing a little bit, right? And then float over to the other side. and explore a lateral bend on the other side. And we want to float. We want to trickle like water. We can be rigid in our bodies, or we can be nice and juicy. Yoga gives you a nice juicy body. When you're ready, release out. Bend that right leg. Grab the right foot on both sides, either one hand on each side, and bring that leg on up. Breath comes in here as you almost need it to relax enough to try to hold this pose. You can touch the knee to the nose, or the nose to the knee, right? When you're ready, release only one hand from the foot. Bring that arm to shoulder height. See if you can't twist, turning back behind you. Follow that hand with the eyes and the chin, and twisting here for a moment. Well done. A sight to behold. Release that hand back. Bring it back on the right foot and drop the other hand down and twist the other way. Wonderfully done. Keep going. Keep breathing. I'm just commenting. The commentator. Excellent job. When you're ready, set that foot down with complete control. Straighten that right leg. Bend the left leg. Grab a hold of that left foot on either side. Bring it on up. Breath continues as you just take a moment or two stretching it out. What else are we stretching though? The armpits where you have lymph nodes, right? The hands are strengthening. There's so much going on in a yoga class. There's nothing like it. Yoga is the best thing you can do for your body with the least amount of effort. But there is a little effort to get that 20-year-old spine. Release either hand from the foot and bring it down to shoulder height and twist to your desired side. As the breath continues, face is soft, and that arm's in the air. And then turn. I guess I missed you. Give me 2 more breaths. And when you finish those 2 breaths, go ahead and do your last side. Calmly, patiently, letting the breath help you with the twist. Fantastic job releasing out. Last one of the day. Wide angle, seated. Take a moment to find where you feel you want to go. Now, if I go to my left foot, I'm going to adjust my sit bones forward because I want my left hand to the toes and my right fingertips on the forearm. If you're going to the right foot, the right hand reaches out, and then the head drops toward the knee as the breath comes in. Last bit. Stay with me. We got about 2 minutes, no more than that. You're breathing. As you're exhaling, you're trying to just release a little bit, surrender, and maybe gently pull the head toward the knee. So this is head to knee, wide angle. We have about 10 different seated poses. We're always mixing them up, and most of them are head to knee. We can do head to knee in them. Well done. When you're ready, release out. And now adjust your sit bones to the other leg. You're trying to work a little forward. And when you're ready, bring that same hand, that's it, to the toes, other hand to the forearms, and the breath comes in. The last deep breaths of the day. So these are also calming for the nervous system. When you come up from a head to knee, oftentimes I can't describe it. You would feel, oh, that's about all I can describe. And that's interesting that I can't describe that feeling, which is what they say about experiencing the spirit in meditation. You just can't describe it, put it to words. Fascinating. See how I tied the whole thing in? Isn't that amazing? I didn't even know I could do that. When you're ready, release out. And the question comes in. So we're in the most important pose in all of yoga now, lying down for 5 minutes with the eyes shut. The most important pose in 5,000 years of yoga. But how are we going to counter? What counter pose can we do for the forward folds that we just did? Show me. Jill, I would have to say no on that one. Somebody help me out. Denise wins. Arch pose. Inhale, lift the butt. Exhale, lower the butt. Inhale, lift the butt. Exhale, lower the butt. Do about 8 of those. And your spine goes back to equanimity, right? We're trying to get the counter pose. We're done, by the way. We're finished. You're winding down. You're doing the last bit, trying to reset the spine. After about 6 or 8, I want you to hug in the knees for at least 5 breaths, and then rest. Shut the eyes down and rest until you hear me ring the chime 3 times, and then we'll go from there. Great job today, everyone. Fantastic effort. As you slowly bring your awareness back to the brand new you, take all the time you need stretching out any way that works best for your body. Eventually, carefully, mindfully, make your way to a comfortable seated position. Marvelous.
Good music.
Yeah, I do too. I did like that music. Great job. Let's bring our hands together to the heart center. As always, thank you for such a marvelous effort sharing your practice today with me and with each other. Anita and Marty, thank you for being here as we dedicated this class to you. We hope to see much more of you. And best of luck with your yogic journey. Our closing is from Edwin Markham. He wrote several books and a couple of poetry books about Abraham Lincoln. What you give into the lives of others comes back again into your own. I hope the rest of your day and your weekend is enlightening. Namaste.